Agoraphobia is the fear of being forgotten. It's a fear that a lot of us think more about than we realize. Leaving a legacy is important to a lot of people and is the driving motivator for some people to work hard, accomplish a lot in this life, and be remembered forever. There's people like Albert Einstein and George Washington whose names have and will echo for generations, people not easily forgettable based on their accomplishments. There are also people that you know, people that impact you and the others around you, but once they're gone, almost all traces of them will die out in the years following their demise. And in all actuality, me and you most likely will be in the same boat. You'll have hopefully started a family, made some connections, loved the people around you, but once you die and the people you were close to die, there isn't going to be much left of you to remember. It's like what Macklemore said or whatever. But why do I bring this up? Is it because I'm trying to say that life is meaningless, that everything you amount to will most likely be forgotten in the next couple years following your death? No, I'm trying to say that everything is meaningful because you're still alive today, and the best pieces of media that I've found that convey that are Outer Wilds and Attack on Titan are two properties that need no introduction. Outer Wilds is a critically acclaimed video game, and if you haven't played it, you probably know nothing about it because it's so good everyone who's played it refuses to spoil it, including me. If you haven't played it, leave. No one wants you here anyway. No one likes you. We invite you because we feel bad for you, dog. Just go. Attack on Titan, on the other hand, is referred to as one of the best animes ever made, ever. We're talking about two heavy hitters here and the themes behind their endings, which have a surprising amount in common, for one being a space game with guys who look like this, and one being about giant humanoid creatures that eat people and ends in a genocide. We're going to start with the fun space one first. The beginning of the end in Outer Wilds sees you going to the Ash Twin to retrieve a warp core. This device has been powering the thing keeping you in this time loop, and taking it out all but seals your fate in this doomed solar system. For your entire playthrough, you've been clinging on to those 22 minutes as a way to continue living, and now all that is gone for this Hearthian. Taking the warp core through the dark bramble and into the Nomai vessel, you place the warp core that was previously powering your immortality in place of the busted one in the ship, and enter the coordinates you found on Giant's Deep. The ship blasts off and takes you to the Eye of the Universe, the place the Nomai searched endlessly for. My favorite scene in all of Attack on Titan is the conversation between Armin and Zeke while they are in the path. Zeke, a man who just had his entire world flipped on his head, sits there building sandcastles. He believes that Aaron's father, Grisha, was the true villain of this story for his entire life. It's only when he tries to show Aaron how evil their father was, he realizes something that all of us realize someday. That our parents are human. Grisha wasn't some super evil mastermind who slaughtered the king's entire family because he wanted to commit a genocide. He was just a man granted a lot of power and was manipulated. We then see, in one of the most iconic scenes in the series, Aaron doing the manipulation to his father from the future. Zeke sees that the monster isn't Grisha, it's Aaron. Aaron was stringing Zeke along, making him think that they were on the same side of history, all the while Aaron was just using him for his royal blood, the thing he needed for the founding Titan to activate. Entering the Eye of the Universe puts you in a familiar place. Throughout this forest, you find instruments belonging to your friends. Trying to talk to them after picking up their instruments will just be shot down with them saying that it isn't time yet, and that everyone needs to be here. Gathering the rest of your friends, you play one final song together before a big ball of smoke accumulates over the fire. Talking to your friends before jumping in the smoke leaves you with small bits of dialogue from a few Hearthians facing the end of the world as they know it. They have every excuse to be sad or afraid, but they're not. They're thankful and joyful. They're excited to get to share this experience with the people they love, and even though they won't be able to see it, they're excited for the future of the universe. Jumping into the ball of smoke leaves you with everything you thought it would. A giant bang, a white screen, and the credits to the beautiful people that made this game. In the end, we see a planet 14.3 billion years in the future, and we gain the sense that everything's going to be okay. Armin and Zeke begin their conversation, and it's clear that Zeke is defeated. Everything he thought he knew was a lie. Everything he'd been working for wasn't just useless, it was being used to slaughter humanity. It's here that we see the philosophy Zeke has lived by. He believes the purpose of being alive is to continue the species and accomplish goals for yourself. Once his life's work is ruined, though, he finds himself helpless. Everything he has worked towards was futile, so why would he be any different? He believes that his life doesn't matter because he amounted to nothing. Armin, on the other hand, realizes that there is much more to life than obtaining things and multiplying. He describes a feeling he gets when he races his best friends up a hill, or reads a book by a window while it rains, or when he feeds a squirrel in a park. This feeling of being alive is indescribable, but it's real. Armin, someone who sets goals and works endlessly to save humanity and has accomplished so much already, can recognize that while those moments are a part of life and those victories do taste sweet, life isn't just made up of those victories. It's made up of the small, insignificant moments that you choose to cherish. Zeke had been overlooking these moments, something all of us do, and remembered how much he loved just throwing a baseball with his father figure, something extremely insignificant to any other human. Not because it helped him become the Beast Titan or because it helped him multiply, but because he was doing something he loved with someone he cherished. Now, there are endless theories over how the Eye of the Universe sequence actually happens and how all your friends are here and what the meaning behind the Big Bang at the end is, but I genuinely couldn't care less. It doesn't really matter for the purpose of this video, so I'm not going to go that deep into it. My headcanon is that these are your memories of your boys that somehow got transported here, and jumping into the smoke explodes your star, destroying your solar system. And the 14.3 billion years in the future scene is a nice reminder that life prevails and existence is beautiful. Glad we're on the same page. Your boys playing their music all seem to be super chilled out, in the same way that Zeke is chilled out in his final moments. Zeke allows himself to be killed by Levi in the end, which cuts Aaron's connection off to the Founding Titan. This is the catalyst for them to be able to save the little humanity that still remains, and Zeke knows this. In his final moments, though, he isn't worried about that. He doesn't care that his life wasn't meaningless, that his death helped save humanity from his half-brother. All he can care about is how beautiful of a day it is, and how he wishes he could have appreciated days like that more. But what is the takeaway? What does this all mean? The takeaway from both these pieces of media is to appreciate the present you live in. The Hearthians are a species that lived without regret. They care about uncovering the secrets of the universe and the untold story of their solar system, but in the end, all they could seem to focus on was how thankful they were. Thankful to the lessons they got to learn, for the experiences they shared, for being able to play one last song together at the end of the world. They weren't concerned with uncovering the Know My Lore, what the Eye of the Universe really was in this instant. They just wanted to listen to the music. Zeke, someone who did take those moments for granted, realized that life is worth living just off the sole fact that you're alive. You get to experience pretty days, you get to hang out with people you love, and even though this isn't everything, you get to set goals and work towards them. As I'm talking about this, you're probably remembering a specific point in your life where you were just happy to be alive, surrounded by people you loved. I look back at the fondest moments of my life, and I don't see the accolades I achieved or the giant goals I accomplished. I see the small, insignificant moments surrounded by those goals. My last big accomplishment was running a half marathon. When looking back on that moment in my life, the feeling of crossing the finish line was amazing. All of my hard work from the previous months had finally paid off. But what felt even better was downing 5 breakfast tacos with my best friends and family after the fact. An important fact of life is to have goals. This sort of philosophy isn't an excuse to live lazily, it's a reason to find something to love about every day. When I look back at my fondest memories in life, I don't see the big goals that I accomplished. I see the insignificant. I see the super late nights playing Jackbox with my best friends, or watching a sports movie with my family that was awful, or arguing over stuff that does not matter in another friend's hot tub. None of those moments necessarily helped me become successful, but those moments made me feel alive. And I'm eternally grateful for the people in my life that make those moments so special. Thank you guys, I know most of y'all are watching this. My point being is that you should have goals, you should be working towards something, but joy in life is found in the insignificant, so don't take anything for granted. Tell the people in your life that you love them, pursue the things that you love to do, and don't forget to be thankful for every second you've been blessed with on this earth. It's like Gabro said, "This has been really fun, and I got to help make something pretty cool, so I've got no complaints. I mean, not me exactly, but close enough. It's the kind of thing that makes you glad you stopped and smelled the pine trees along the way, you know?"